journey of finding myself in this journey of identity, I think a lot of the time I try to be this person I'm not. What do I mean by that? I try to act in that identity that was placed on me or in identities where people thought I should be, which is not me. And I think like you will never find yourself and try to be somebody that you're not. Obviously that's like duh, but again like when I started living that, and as I start living that more and more and finding Mitchell, I gotta stop saying my name. It's not about me. But like as the more I find myself in me, like the university of me is so important. I feel like okay, I'll be completely honest. Like I played football for a little bit. That's just not my identity. Um, I tried to do worldly things like partying. I tried drinking and smoking, but like never my thing. I really don't think it will ever be. Um, Definitely try to be the guy who gets the girls, and it's not really my thing either. I just don't care for it. Like, I just don't see I guess the point of objectifying people to use them for our own needs. I just don't see a point in that. I feel like the culture I live in makes it like a normalized thing, but it doesn't mean it's right at all. Nowhere even right at all. I try to live that life. Definitely not me. I was definitely not me. I've tried to live so many different identities that I've heard or been placed on me, but I'm realizing like me, I just like talking to people. I just like having conversations and meeting people. Truly, that's who I am. And I want to tell you, who are you? Like, try to become you. I don't think that trying to become somebody that somebody else has placed the identity on you is gonna help you become you. Just being honest, I think a lot of us are searching for who we are in false identities that have been placed on us. And I think a lot of our core issues are identity problems. And even in that, like, it's hard because we're just all human. We're all trying to figure things out. Nobody's perfect. And we're all trying to figure out like, who we are and like who we want to be. And it's all this identity issue, but we're not even like sure where to even start looking about what our identity should be and or what identity should like start with. Something has helped me personally, bro. This book right here, in like, I guess, it's a, yeah, this book right here, and like studying and looking at like the way Jesus lives his life is just somebody I want to follow, and in that, I think I'm finding more of my identity. If I'm being completely honest with you, and it's definitely not in worldly things. It's definitely not in the pursuits I used to pursue myself in. Like, I feel like people really struggle with all four of these things. One of them is emotionally, spiritually, financially, and physically. We either excel in one and suck at the others, or we either or. It's like vice versa. And I like for a while I was this obsessed money hungry fiend, and it was this major authority in my life, which is insane. I think like it was actually just sad, and I wasn't even making enough money for me to make it an authority. I think it comes from like the lack of money is what like made me really hungry for money, and even now I still lack it, but I'm not as hungry and idolizing it as much as I used to for sure. Yeah. Now in my life, I'm really focused on this emotional part. I feel like I've never always no, for a long time I was never really aware of my emotions for real. I never really knew how to express myself the way I wanted. I can always express, but it never came out in fully like what I functioned in and what I believe in to a certain extent. And now I'm working on that, and now I'm becoming. It's actually so much fun because in seeking different perspective and hearing your perspective and hearing my perspective, I get to learn who I am. So yeah, the whole thing is about identity. The whole thing is all about identity, but it's just who I'm becoming. Hopefully, who you're becoming. I really want to challenge you to look within yourself. I challenge you to reflect and just take a pause, take a deep breath, and be like, how did this make me feel? And not just make me feel, is this who I want to become? Because I think sometimes we think so short term that we don't think about how we're going to be in the future. And sometimes we think so future that we're not even thinking about the present. It's hard. It's complicated. It's not black or white. It's very gray, but it's the journey of life.